It's a squat, or it's a limited edition White Dwarf figure in power armor. Smacking bits. What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Rob Baer with you again today, taking a look at the 40-year anniversary model of Grombrindal, the White Dwarf. I don't know how to say it, but I think that's how you say it. This is the new $40 kit. It's limited to one on Games Workshop's website. We've always seen these come out. You can get them re-upping your subscription and things. Now they made it an actual kind of full-on type model there. So it looks to be a birthday party dwarf in power armor. You could almost say that's a squat, depending on who you ask. The definition there, and he's got a variety of presents in the background, and of course a bolter as well of, it looks like a bolt pistol, and he's got his tankard full of, I'm sure it's a delicious Bugman's XXX brew, if I had to guess. Yep, there it is right there. It's painted right on the little the jug. And then, of course, you've got the Black Gobbo making mischief, hiding out in the cake. I guess we're not supposed to see him, but he is there. Now, the interesting thing about this miniature is that it is fine cast, or a finely crafted resin miniature, depending on who you ask or what you read off of Games Workshop's website. Now, I will be honest, the fine cast does have quite the stigma to it, but in recent years it has improved in quality as they've learned to work with the material instead of just rolling it out in kind of in a very haphazard and poor manner that we saw back in 2011. But fast forwarding now, it's 6 years later, and the process seems to be better, and the material seems to be of a greater quality. So maybe, even though they might not call it fine cast and they call it resin, it may still carry a little bit of that stigma that a lot of folks encountered in the past. Now it still is a resin material of not the caliber that we would get from Forge World, so it's very hard to hold its shape. In a lot of instances, it can react poorly to heat too. So you want to be very careful when you're working with this material. But you can see here that, well, you know, it goes together like a traditional dwarf would. His beard's separate, his arms are separate. He's got the little power armor backpack that's, I guess, powered by a keg of beer. I mean, why wouldn't it be, of course? Then the cake and everything kind of goes together into an assembly there. Presents all stack up, and boom, he goes on a special, or he can go on a special display base or regular 32mm base. Now there is no rules in here like we've seen in the past, so maybe that'll be a future White Dwarf feature. Now as far as the miniatures, or the miniature goes itself, let's pop this bad boy out. There's the two different size bases, 50mm and it looks like a 25mm. I might have sized that up wrong. And then you've got your 4 sprues. So let's zoom in on these bad boys. Like I said, this is the fine cast material or resin material, whatever you want to call it. Now there's different financial reasons for them using this material and not using the injection molded plastic. You know, I'll let the commenters and everybody kind of chime in on all that, but you know, I don't know the economics of it. I can imagine that this is way cheaper to do in a lower print run than doing a plastic miniature, and of course if they thought it was worth it to do it through Forge World, they would. So I'm sure somebody crunched the numbers somewhere, and this is what we got. So you can tell it is more detailed than a plastic would normally be. There's the bolter itself, or the bolt pistol right there. Everything seems to be in order here. You know, as far as I can tell, it looks like it goes together. But then we get this sprue that's severely bent, so I'm not sure if that would link up together, these two halves of the cake right here. And then some tankards of brew and different spirits there, so to speak. And back here you've got the dwarf itself with his beard, his arms, the top and side of the power armor backpack. Obviously very well detailed there. You can tell by looking at the hair. It is resin, so it's going to hold detail better. Look at those little tiny little power armor kneecaps right there. That's crazy. It's so small. He's so small. So like I said, he could be a squat. Depends on how you define squats, but technically he's addressed as a Space Marine, I suppose. And then there's the scenic base itself, where you see all the parts kind of plug into there. So that's kind of cool that they got it all slotted in, and then that goes on your 15mm base. So there it is. I don't know what to say. It seems like a nice little miniature, but I know that sometimes putting these together can definitely be a pain. So if you pick this up and you put it together, let us know how easy it was to construct, trim down the flash, and actually hopefully retain its shape so that others may share in your firsthand knowledge. Now, if you like our video features here, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications on so you can be one of the very first to comment when we post these videos. And you can support us over on Patreon and get a monthly shipment of swag delivered to your door, along with quarterly options for little mini armies as well. Plus, head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.